Nashville since I lived here. So for a long time. And a mission trip opportunity came up to go to Kenya. I was super back and forth about it, but I was excited about it. And I just felt like the devil was trying to make me not go just because it was out of my comfort zone. I didn't know anyone going on the trip. And then randomly, I always had this, like there's campus pastors and they're not the ones that like mainly speak, but they speak a few times a year. They come and give announcements on stage.
Mm-hmm.
I randomly had one that would like randomly just like reply back to like my sermon post or like a biblical song or like whatever it is. I never thought anything of it. Like if he still had social media, I wish I could pull up those receipts where I didn't respond when he like liked like the story or whatever it was. But then he had reached out and was like, hey, I'm like actually the one leading this trip. And I was like, oh, okay. Like he seems pretty cool. Like maybe I should go. And I feel like I know him since he is always on stage or doing whatever. So I didn't really know him and I was still super nervous to go. It wasn't until like that week that we were leaving that I was like, everyone else is getting their vaccines and all this stuff. And I'm like, whatever, it'll work out. Ended up going. And I've always been one to like really read people. If someone's going through something, I feel like a weight on my chest. If like I'm in Walmart, I'll have like a random like weight on my chest and I'm like, someone in here is going through something. Cause like I know how to separate it now where I used to not. I used to be like, okay, something's like going on. Like, why do I have anxiety for no reason?
Mm-hmm.
But it's usually just someone else's weight. And I felt that. And we were all in a group chat for the mission trip. But then like when we were in the group at the airport, I had mentioned how like the Wi-Fi sucks on planes. And like we have like a 24-hour flight basically. And I was hoping that the Wi-Fi didn't suck. But then when we got on the plane, he messaged me outside of the group and was like, oh yeah, the Wi-Fi does suck, ha ha. And I was like, that's weird. So it kind of threw me off a little bit, but then I kept feeling that weight. Once we got there, we all like split up into groups and all this stuff. And I was always in his group. And so, I mean, I felt comfortable enough to ask. I was like, hey, I feel like you have a demon. Like, what's going on? And he was like, wait, what? And I was like, I don't know. I just like feel your vibes and I feel like there's something going on that you're not sharing. And he ended up telling me that he was going through a divorce. And he was like, it's really hard because I can't be going through a divorce while being a pastor. Like, it's part of like our thing. Like, we'll get fired, all this stuff. And I totally understood that. And I was like, well, you're still wearing your ring and all this stuff. And I hadn't gone through a divorce before at this time. Like, I thought it was kind of like cut and dry, like whatever that saying is, whatever. And just thought, okay, they probably like signed papers because he had said they had papers that they had signed and like figured stuff out, but that not all the details were figured out yet. And he was still wearing his ring. And he basically said that he was still wearing his ring because the son that he took on the mission trip didn't know. He said that he was still wearing his ring because the son that he took on the mission trip didn't know. In this, like he had a tradition to where each one of the kids got to go on a mission trip. And this was his son's first time doing that. And he didn't want to ruin the experience. All very believable. Like I still believe a lot of it to this day. And so nothing happened on the trip. We did not sleep together on the trip. And technically in my mind, he was getting divorced or divorced. Didn't really know. Like he would show me messages. Like when we got home, we hung out. And then things kind of like progressed a little bit to where I was getting feelings for him just because to me, it seemed like he was responsible and he had kids and like he kind of knew that life of like, hey, I love the Lord, but like I'm going through a divorce, but I also know like how to be around children. And I didn't really think that was like possible with other people. I don't know. I just didn't think anyone would be interested, one, in a single mom, but also like love Jesus and whatever. So he would show me messages and stuff about like the divorce and from his wife, I guess, at the time, about the divorce and like how he wasn't staying there and like he would move out, but then like she had to get a job and all of this crazy stuff. But I was seeing it. So it was true. Like it was happening. And then he was on sabbatical at the time. And so he was away from the church, I guess like off, I think it was like a month and a half. And his sabbatical was about to end. And he was like, I'm going to go back and I'm going to talk to the pastor there and meet with him and let him know what's going on and kind of like put my...
Yo,
To me, it's just crazy how a woman will try her best to justify her actions. Pretty much what this chick is trying to tell us is that she smashed a married man knowing he was married. But she's trying her best to justify her actions by saying, well, he was going through a divorce. But if you pay attention, right, according to her, she knows how to spot demons. She claimed he was a demon when she first met him. Oh, he's a demon. But if you're such a good person, why would you sleep with a demon? You were intrigued by him because you love that demonic energy that you feel like you got from him. It's just sad, bro. But let's continue to listen. This woman try to justify her actions.
Noticed in. And he was supposed to go, he was going back on a Monday and his meeting was on a Wednesday. He had gone in on that Monday and texted me and was like, I feel like something like weird is going on. And he asked me to meet today. And he was completely thrown off guard because he thought this was just a meeting and not like he wasn't quitting on this day. He was just going to see. And I was like, okay, well, whatever happens, like, I mean, it's going to be fine regardless. Like, I'll be praying about it, but I was like, whatever you feel led to do, do it. Like, whatever it is. Like, I don't know all of the demons you're facing because clearly there was a lot more going on than what I was told. And at that time, I lived at my old house and I had like a war room in there where I would put all my prayers on the walls and stuff. And that was like all that room was used for. And I even put on there like, hey, Lord, like if he's meant to be with his wife and they rekindle, like that's amazing. Like let that happen and let me be fine with it. Like let it be okay. Like let whatever decision he needs to do, like let him do it. He texted me right after that meeting and it was like this.
Look, let me give you guys some context as well. Women love what they can't have. Women are attracted to married men naturally because fellas understand this. A woman is not going to want you if nobody else wants you. And once a woman sees a man married, he got a wife, naturally, most women are jealous creatures. So if they meet you and you're married, she will become curious immediately. And now, based on the fact that she's around you, she now becomes intrigued. That's why she said she developed feelings for him. Understand that. When a woman is a bird, birds always want what they can't have. Understand that. And when they get what they think they want, they don't want it anymore. That's the mindset of a woman who is for the streets, is the same mindset. And don't be confused because she's talking about God and prayers and things like that. The last stop for a bird is always the church. Understand that.
Very like generic message that was like unlike anything that he had ever said. It was just like, I'm leaving for I'm, I'm leaving for 30 to 60 days. I won't have my phone. I'm ending communication here.
What the hell?
And I was like, wait, what? And the crazier thing about it is that I responded and my message went through green. I was already blocked. So like out of like this whole time of like talking and like him talking to me about everything and like wanting a future with me, like all this crazy stuff.
And you guys were having relations during this
Yes.
time. Yes.
Like,
but just not in Kenya.
Yeah, not in Kenya.
Okay.
Like I really did at the time like him a lot. And he was
Yeah.
always talking about a future and like how like he wanted to start his own church that wasn't religion like based, but like relationship based.
Mhm.
And just not like everyone can actually feel welcome to go.
Right.
And so I waited a while because I was in the dark really I didn't know what was going on. I was like, that message is weird, but like, where is it getting sent off to? Like, why are you going to be gone for 30 to 60 days or 60 to 90 days actually? So I waited and waited and waited. Nothing ever came by it. And then one day I remember I was sitting on my couch upstairs and I was praying. I was like, Lord, like I literally like, I'm sorry for asking for so many signs because that shows like weakness and me not fully trusting in you. And I was like, so whatever, like don't give me a sign. Then he FaceTimes me randomly after I think probably a little over a month. And at first I didn't answer because I was like bawling my eyes out. I was like, Lord, what are you doing? And he was like, I only have like 4 minutes to talk. I'm at a rehab. They sent me here. I never sent you that text. Like the lead pastor sent it to you. They have your name blocked from anytime like you text or email me. Like you're not allowed to reach out. They want me here to work on my marriage, like all this stuff. I love you, whatever. Like I won't be able to communicate again, but just like know that I love you. And I was like, okay, so there's that. Me thinking kind of like that was a sign, like it'll still work out because if he's telling me this, like what's actually going on.
You finally answered the FaceTime or did you
Yeah.
leave this in a message? Okay.
Yeah. And we didn't have long to talk. Like I couldn't
Right.
ask like, okay, like, so what's the plan here?
Yeah, yeah,
Are
yeah.
you going back? Like, should I like peace out? Like,
Yeah.
I can respect that. Like, be honest with me.
Mhm.
So I waited.
Yo, you see how much power a married man got over a bird? All because she wants what she can't have. Look, like I know some dudes who put on a wedding ring just to get women. And again, you got to understand the type of women who will be attracted to married men. You guys got to understand that because it's all a mindset. It's a bird. Understand that. Now, this is a perfect example of that because I'm pretty sure if a woman is single, right? If a woman is single, understand something. She would love to have a husband one day. Like when you meet a woman who is single, deep down inside, she don't want to be single, right? She would love to have a husband. So when a woman meets a married man, she starts to fantasize. Like, I wonder what it feels like to be a wife. So if you put a single bird in a room with a married man, more than likely she will be interested in him at some point. Okay? But this right here is just sad. The fact that this woman will sit here. And I keep telling you all, bro, if a woman is on a podcast, she's who she is. Just think about this, right? This woman is really trying to break up a happy home. And I'm pretty sure she probably was shooting at the married man from the jump. Don't listen to a woman's story and think, well, the pastor was hitting on her. Man, that's probably cap more than likely. She probably saw a dude like, oh, he's pretty attractive. Oh, he's married. Okay, I'll still go on a trip to Kenya with him. Goes on the trip. I'm pretty sure she sent that man hella signals, hella signs to finally get his attention. And low key, she's the demon. Okay? She's the real demon in this whole situation. Look, but the bottom line is this, man. Fellas, be careful out here, man. But if you're a married man, don't allow a woman like this to come into your life and destroy your marriage. Because if you dumb enough to leave your wife for a woman like this, she's going to do the same thing to you eventually. The fact that she will sleep with a married man, if that married man now marry her, she's going to cheat on that married man by nature. She loved chaos. She loved turmoil. She loved drama. That's why she's doing what she's doing. Talking about how she knows how to spot a demon. She's a demon. That's why she believed that.
Again, this time, like, probably like a month and a half. And then my family had come in town for Thanksgiving that I was hosting. And I got this like an email sent from my wife. And you can tell because he had a new email and it was him and his wife's name at gmail.com. And I could tell that it was just like,
yeah, enough of this bird, man. Fellas, look, protect your energy out here, bro. This woman ain't got no shame. None. The fact that she will sit on a podcast comfortably and tell the world that she had an affair with a married man shows that she ain't got no shame. Sad. But please leave your thoughts in the comments. It's your boy AyeQ. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'm out.
If you haven't yet, go get you some of that merch. You all already know. Don't feed the birds. That's what it is. We don't feed the birds over here. So if you rock with your boy, go get you some of that good merch.